Welcome back to the Hockey Show, and today I'm talking about the New Jersey Devils and the Sharks' big trade that happened that I'm not breaking the news of because I am an idiot and I didn't make a video when I should have. So, the Devils have nabbed Timo Meier, as you already know. And being a Sharks fan for most of my life, I don't think people realize just how much of a stud wrecking ball this guy is. Timo Meier recorded the fastest speed in an NHL game last season. I think it was 100. Yeah, he was 100 miles an hour. I forget what the speed was, but he beat Connor McDavid. He beat Nathan McKinnon. He beat Dylan Larkin. He beat Cale Makar. He beat all the top guys when it comes to speed in the fastest recorded speed in the entire NHL last season, right? This guy is a wrecking ball. He scores goals. He is absolutely filthy when it comes to making moves. I mean, take a look at his highlights. The guy is just a devil. He's the devil, and now he's on the Devils, right? He is incredible at the game of hockey. And right now he's on pace to have the best season of his career. He's already at 31 goals this year with 57 games played. Quite a handful left, and he's most likely going to break his goals record, which was 35, and his top points record, I think, was 76, and he's at 50-something, so I think he's probably going to do it, especially being paired up with Jack Hughes, most likely, or Nico Hischier, his fellow Swiss player. But I don't think people realize just how much of an impact this guy's going to be on a team like the Devils. Being on a line of superstars. Even when the Sharks were good, for one, he was still growing as a player. I know he was popping off with 35 goals, but he wasn't really surrounded by like superstar guys, you know, like Joe Pavelski's fantastic, but not really like superstar. But Jack Hughes is I know he's still growing too, but he's a superstar. He's got hands, he's got skill. And not that Joe Pavelski doesn't. I love Joe. But Jack Hughes, being paired up with him is going to be huge for him and Jack Hughes getting points together. And Jesper Bratt. So, Devils have got a real stud on their team now. Timo Meier on the Devils is huge for them, and I'll get more into it towards the end of this. But they've also received Scott Harrington, who is a nothing defenseman who played alongside Erik Karlsson. Not a big deal, really, to bring him on. I'm guessing it's because for cap reasons they moved him. I'm not entirely sure why the Devils would even want him. Then, this is the weird one for me. Zachary Edmond. Now, Zachary Edmond, he's a prospect goaltender for the Sharks. Why would the Sharks trade a prospect player? But not just him. They've also moved Santeri Hataka, which I'll be honest, I'd be lying if I knew anything about Santeri Hataka or Timur Ibrahimovic. I don't know anything. Ibrahimov, whatever. I don't know anything about these guys, right? I took a quick look at their numbers, and overall, their numbers in the AHL or the ECHL, not very good. But here's the thing. For goaltenders for the professional level, they take a long time to actually become good. I mean, look at Linus Ullmark, right? Most people might be hearing his name for the first time right now, and that's because he's only 28. People might be thinking he's a rookie. He's far from a rookie, and yeah, so that kind of shows you. It takes a long time for goaltenders to finally actually turn into superstars. Edmund, I think, is 22 or 23. Why would the Sharks trade? By the time the Sharks are going to be good, he might finally be coming into his own and becoming a good goaltender. So why would you trade him away? Along with Timo Meier, I get to moving Timo Meier, but a young goaltender prospect takes years to finally develop. By the time you're good, he'll be good. Well, fingers crossed, most likely. But Hatakas and Ibrahimov, just weird moving out those 22-year-old guys, too, right? I mean, it's just a strange thing. Like, why? I mean, I get why the Devils might want them, but it's just a weird thing for them to trade away. As well as a 5th-round pick. So, that is what all New Jersey got. Now, let's take a look at the San Jose Sharks. Now, the Sharks are moving out their top guy. Timo Meier, the hot trade piece, the big one. In my eyes, the biggest trade deadline acquisition this season. I think maybe in a few seasons in a long while. I mean, this is a huge move. Timo Meier is stud. This is your centerpiece guy. You're not going to be moving out Tomas Hertl. You're not going to be moving out Erik Karlsson. This is your big move to start setting up and get ready for your rebuild. This is the San Jose Sharks' big move to trade away and get some picks, some young guys onto this team and look forward to the future, right? They're not good now. Look to the future. What do the San Jose Sharks trade away? If they trade away their big guy, what is the return? Will they get a first-round pick this year for 2023 that is top 2 protected, which is strange to me because I don't know how the hell the Devils could possibly get this one of the top 2 picks, but whatever. If it does, it'll turn into a 2024 first-round pick, which is, anyways. So weird condition on that one. A 2024 second-round pick, which if the New Jersey Devils get to the Eastern Conference Finals this season, with Timo Meier playing at least 50% of the games, or they make it next season just in general to the Eastern Conference Finals, then it turns into a first-round pick, which I think is a good condition, because then it means, like, if it paid out for the Devils, then they get a first-round pick, and if not, then it didn't work at all, and whatever. So, interesting move there. Condition, second round overall, but could I most like... Actually, I don't even know. I'll get into that later. And then a 2024 7th-round pick. So just to add a little touch to it, right? So then the prospect/players, right? So, well, prospects are players, but Shakir McAnadulin. We'll just call him Shakir. So Shakir, prospect from Russia. Seems like a pretty good player in my eyes. Apparently, he's a 6'4" defenseman who's got a hell of a shot, just by what I read. I'd be lying, once again, if I knew anything about him other than what I quickly read about him. But the San Jose Sharks, I think with this move bringing in this guy, is probably them trying to go back to their roots of when they were a superstar team 10 years ago, is having a studded defensive line, right? I mean, remember 10 years ago they had Dan Boyle and Vlasic, Brent Burns was coming up. I mean, Douglas Murray, right? I mean, not that he was a superstar defenseman, but he was a hard guy to play against. So I think the Sharks might be trying to go back to their roots with Mike Greer being at the helm. Might kind of make sense if he's trying to rebuild a team that he would have played on. And starting with whatever. So, interesting move there to bring in that guy. Nikita Okhotiuk. Once again, looked at his numbers. They weren't anything that impressive. He's gotten some points in the NHL level, and he's played 15 games, only gotten 6 points overall. So, who knows? He could be a good pick, maybe not. I guess we'll have to wait and see. His AHL numbers aren't good, but his NHL ones aren't really that bad, so interesting. But then we've got Fabian Zetterlund. So Zetterlund, I think, is an interesting pickup. I think he can probably... I don't know, because it's not like he's going to be he's not going to be a superstar by the time the San Jose Sharks are anything special, so I don't even know why they pick him up. And then Andreas Johnsson. So Andreas Johnsson, AHL, goes back and forth. Best season with Toronto with 43 points. I mean, I guess this trade isn't about the players, right? I mean, it is for the two guys, Okhotiuk and Megamadolin, but the picks are the thing. And I don't know about you, but Mike Greer has to be an idiot, because how did he get this job and make this trade? I mean, I don't understand. I don't know how we as fans can watch these moves by these general managers who are these 50-year-old guys who've apparently been in the business for a long time, somehow have the resume to be on a general manager of a professional hockey team, and how they can make these stupid, idiotic moves somehow. I do not understand it. How are they allowed to have these jobs and make these stupid moves and then get called out by us? It doesn't make any sense. And it's like, well, what do you know? Like, exactly. But here's the thing. I know this is a bad trade. Everyone knows this is a bad trade. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. This is your guy, Timo Meier, and you somehow only get back one first-round pick? It's a joke. It doesn't make any sense. Mike Grier has to be the worst GM in the NHL with his moves. Moving out Ryan Merkley, who's a shady prospect at best. I think he has a high ceiling, but it's going to be a very long road to get there. And Matt Nieto traded to Colorado for Martin Kaut and some McDonald guy, right? I mean, who the hell cares? That's not anything. Why are you trading away a young prospect guy for nobodies? It doesn't make any sense at all. Just anything. It doesn't make any sense. This is such a stupid trade for Mike Grier. He should be fired at the end of the season because his ideas of anything are not working at all. And the Sharks are just going to be buried even more into a deeper hole that they were already in, set up by Doug Wilson, who was an amazing general manager. He just buried a hole that finally came to a whatever. So, stupid move by him. Should be fired already in his first season as a GM. But, going on to the side of the team that won this trade, how much better does New Jersey get from this trade? So, with Timo Meier being a wrecking ball, that I think that's the best way to describe him. Round 1, I think most likely the Devils will play the New York Rangers, right? That's just my pick. So, it doesn't even matter, but they're going to run into these teams anyways, because even if they play the Rangers in the first round or the second round, they play Carolina in the first and the second, I don't think it matters. So, first round, New York, most likely going to play against. I like their odds now. New York already has some pretty high highs when it comes to their team with Zibanejad and Panarin, moving on, grabbing Tarasenko, right? But overall, I think with taking Timo Meier onto this team, with how good overall this team's going to be offensively, defensively, and goaltending-wise, I think New York is going to put up a strong fight, and I originally did think they were going to beat them, but looking at this team now, I can envision Timo Meier just in the Eastern Conference now, wrecking through like an Adam Fox getting up the puck. He's just going to shove him off the puck, grab it, and make a crazy move, and then do a Forsberg on Shesterkin. I can totally see that happening, just him sniping the puck right past the goaltender, being an absolute threat on the ice against them, and I wouldn't be surprised. And I know I might be just saying that because of the trade, and it's like, what have you done for me lately? And Timo's in the news right now, but I think this really puts New Jersey over the edge when it comes to playing against New York. Now, when they go to the second round, and I think they most likely play the Carolina Hurricanes, I like their odds again. To me, Carolina, I've been saying is a Stanley Cup level team, but watching them lately in a few games I've watched recently, I don't know. Once again, it's like, what have you done for me lately? Carolina, they're still a super good team, but I just think New Jersey's going to have so much more energy and excitement and so much more, I don't know what the right word is, like, not enthusiasm, but more momentum going in their favor as a team that I just don't think Carolina's going to match it, and I think New Jersey will get over them, which will get them to the conference finals, where I think I don't know, I just put Boston there because it doesn't matter. It's such a who knows what when it comes there. If they play against Tampa, they play against Boston. When it comes to that is when I think things get a little shady for the Devils. I think if they play against Boston, it'd be a tough match. Against Tampa, I think it might be, with their recent move, I think it's probably a nothing game, and I don't think New Jersey probably gets past the conference final. But New Jersey definitely gets better, because before this trade, I would have said that New York would have beaten them in the first round. They wouldn't be going anywhere. But I do think with this move, I can see Timo being a real threat on the ice, them having a real goal scorer on the team, that they already had a good one in Jack Hughes, but now they have a true goal scorer in Timo Meier. The wrecking ball added to the New Jersey Devils. I don't know why I keep calling him that. It just kind of sums up how I think of him. And I think it's a great move for the Devils, and Mike Grier, coming from a somewhat Sharks fan, I think you should be fired. But thank you for watching this. Until next time, please remember, pick up your free subscription down below by hitting that red subscribe button. We're on the road to 100 at 94. Let's get there. Leave a like, not a dislike, but go down below and tell me how stupid I am. I know Mike Grier is probably the best GM in the world. The Devils are not going to beat the New York Rangers. I know, I'm an idiot. Tell me how stupid I am down below. And until next time, too sweet. I hope you're having an amazing day, and ta-ta for now.